Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do an in-depth look at the recruit and deploy screen. I get a lot of questions from beginners about this screen, and by the end of the video you should know all the intricacies of this tab. I've been playing Hearts of Iron 4 for the last 7 years and been making guides and tutorials for the last 5. This tab is a little trickier than you might think, so stick to the end of the video to get all the information. Okay, so first off, the hotkey for this tab is U. I like to use all the hotkeys to scroll through my different tabs here because it's just going to make the game a lot quicker. The first thing that you're going to note is that all of your division templates are on the right side, and you have the train button here, and clicking on the train button will put these divisions in the queue. The equipment here is denoted with the box and the green. So the box means equipment, and then the green is kind of what percentage of equipment that you have in these different divisions. The division is only able to train up as much as the equipment that they have on the left side. So on the right side here, you see that these divisions are training. You see the clover leaf, that means that they are recruits. The experience levels are as follows. So if you train the divisions inside of the recruit and deploy screen, but you don't train them all the way, they'll come out at experience level 1, which is green. And as you can see here, this gives a negative 25% modifier in combat. The next level up is trained. That's experience level 2. There's no combat modifiers there. Level 3 is regular. That's a 25% combat modifier. Level 4 will give you 50%. And then level 5 here will give you a whopping 75%. This is one of the most important buffs that you can give to your division. So always look at your experience levels here. You're going to do much better in combat the higher experience that your divisions are. The next thing is how to deploy these divisions once they're trained. As you can see, these divisions are only partially trained with the clover, so they'll come out with level 1 experience. And this button right here deploys the divisions in this territory. So if I click on this button here, all the green areas are territories where I'm able to deploy this division. And the green areas are core areas. So if you don't know what a core is, it's basically an area that you're not occupying. It's your core country. You'll receive all the military factories, civilian factories, resources, and manpower from those areas. So core territory is the best territory that you can have, and you can deploy divisions in that core territory. The next button here is the plus and minus button. So if I press 2, these will all deploy twice. So it will deploy automatically once they're trained up to experience level 1. They'll go ahead and kick out in tie roll, and then it will automatically queue another set of divisions. And then after that second set of divisions is out, it'll be done. If I click on the infinity button here, it will just keep on kicking divisions out forever. I would not suggest using this because all of this equipment here comes out of your stockpile, and the troops in the field will need that equipment in order to use it in combat. Up here at the top, you have reinforcements. So this is reinforcing troops in the field. You have upgrades. So this is the amount of equipment that is basically going to come in and replace the old equipment. As you can see here, I'm using a lot of older equipment. I don't really use that tab that often other than just to see like how much new equipment I have out in the field. I think the most important thing here is that your troops actually have equipment, because your divisions will receive negative combat modifiers based on the amount of fighting strength they have here. So you can see this division is only at a fighting strength of 72%. So that is going to give them a negative buff in combat until their fighting strength is 100%. So over here you could see supply trucks. So that denotes the trucks that are moving supplies up to the front. So now let's get into a more complex mechanic here, and that's these little tabs. So you have low priority, medium priority, and high priority. These tabs are incredibly important. If I really needed these panzer divisions to come out fast, I would put that equipment at high priority, and then I could select all the other ones at low priority. And then all the equipment will flow to this panzer division first, and then to the other spots here later. Okay, the operations tab here is for your spies. The spies actually utilize equipment when they're going around the map and performing missions. As you can see, I've completed a collaboration government on France. I've prepared one. And for that collaboration government, we needed 450 support equipment, around 2,200 infantry equipment, and then it also uses civilian factories while you're completing spy missions. So if I wanted to prioritize the spy missions, I would put this at high priority. Therefore, all the equipment would flow into the missions first, and then the divisions second. Garrisons is how much of this supply is going to the occupied territories. You could find the occupied territories tab by clicking Q and then clicking on occupied territories. So I get this question a lot. Do you need physical divisions in order to occupy this area? No, you do not. It is completely automatic. So you don't need to put divisions in these areas that have resistance. You can see here that the resistance in Poland is around 60% in a lot of the areas. It does it automatically. So you simply select what division you want, and they will flow to those areas. And then you can see the amount of equipment that each of these divisions has that is occupying the territory by the tan bar right there. And I'm using horse because that's the best division for resistance suppression. So if I have a division that needs to have like a lower priority division, like this Schnell division, I could easily just click the low equipment priority and these would come out later, or the equipment would flow to them later. If you want to see what equipment these divisions have, simply hover over the box and you can see what equipment they actually have. It's all detailed here. And then you can also see if there's a deficit in equipment. So if I hover over here, this division has 0% equipment. It has all the manpower. It has 2 rifles, and it denotes what type of rifles they actually have. If you need to get divisions out fast, what I would suggest doing is look at manpower of each division as a rough guide. And if you just need divisions in the field, you can train the low manpower divisions quicker. They require less equipment to train, and you can get way more of them out. If I'm spamming out divisions, I typically choose a smaller Schnell division. If I take a look at, let's say, this motorized divisions, as you could see, it has 11K manpower. The Schnell division only has 4,000. So I can get more divisions out with this to meet my manpower requirements of my focus tree if you have those with your country. So to see how much manpower you have in the field, simply hover over your manpower tab at the top, and then I could see that I have 1.26 million troops in the field, and that's how you meet the requirements of, for instance, so Anschluss here, I believe, requires 450K. I could be wrong. It could be 550. That's changed over time. So 450 or 550K manpower in the field. You can get these Schnell divisions out fast and then simply change them to whatever division you want here. So if you have manpower, you could change them to the larger motorized division. And then all of a sudden you have a lot of manpower in the field, but they probably will lack equipment and they will definitely lack experience. That's a pre-war trick to do in order to just get manpower in the field. Just to show you an overview of how you get these numbers here, you can look at your logistics tab and you can overall see kind of like, here's the infantry equipment. I have an 11K deficit of infantry equipment, and then that's going to correlate here because this Schnell division has a deficit of equipment. So you can always tab over to your logistics tab in order to see kind of what you need to build more of under the production screen. Ideally, you want these divisions to come out fully trained. If not, you can always train the divisions in the field. So in order to do that, you click the exercise button, and then as I'm exercising these divisions in the field, I can hover over army experience and I will actually start to get army experience from these divisions that are training in the field. So as you can see there, I'm getting 0.007 army experience every day from those divisions exercising in the field. So let's see how the equipment flows into the divisions. If all the divisions are set to a medium priority, I just spawned a Schnell division here, as well as an infantry division. We'll see which one gets equipment first. The AI appears to balance out the amount of equipment that flows into these divisions. So if you have divisions in the queue and they're all set to medium equipment priority, the AI seems to try to balance out the equipment between the divisions. So there's no real way of setting a priority to fill these empty bars with equipment other than low, medium, and high equipment priority here. It doesn't really matter the way they're organized whatsoever. It just depends on what you want to see at the top first. So you can largely ignore like these buttons to the side. It's just a visual thing. If you want to see templates that you may have decommissioned, so to decommission a template, you can simply click red X button here, and you can either delete the template or recommission the template with this green tab right here. There needs to be none of these divisions in the field in order to decommission the template and to delete the template. So I have no infantry divisions in the field. So I can simply click the tab and then it won't appear on my list anymore. So I forgot to mention the spies come with La Resistance DLC, but you can also get templates from your subjects. And that's this tab up here in the top of the templates section. I believe you need the Man the Guns DLC in order to get this tab. But if I click on German Romania, I can copy any of their division templates. So I can copy this light tank division template, and then I can train those divisions, and they're my own divisions. I'm just kind of using their template. It will use the Romanian manpower if available. So that's a powerful tool to basically get the manpower of your subject while having the division under your control so that you can make sure that the AI is not doing goofy things with the division. Everything else with those subject templates will work normally. As you can see, this Romanian tank template is using my equipment, but you can see at the top, it's using some manpower from Romania. So if I click on a few more of these, there's a percentage there of manpower that I get from Romania to fill these divisions with. That's going to be it for this tutorial on the recruit and deploy screen. Thank you guys for joining me. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys on the next one.